In today's session, we will see the rest of the questions on vectors. We'll start with the question number 4. This is what they have given in the figure. There is x-axis, y-axis, and there are 3 forces, 1 Newton here, 2 Newton here, and 4 Newton here. As you can see, this 2 Newton, this 4 Newton is making an angle of 30 degree here. If that is 30 degree, this is also 30 degree because these lines cut each other. So these are vertically opposite angles. And I have another force 1 Newton making an angle of 60 degree with x-axis. And what is the question here? Read the question. 3 forces acting on a body are shown in the figure. To have the resultant force only along the y direction, the magnitude of minimum additional force needed is. So we need the force to be there only along y direction. I want the force to be there in y direction alone. In other words, that would mean that the forces in x direction should cancel out. Okay, the components of forces in x direction should be cancelling each other. That will leave you with force on y direction only. So when you think about it, if you look at this, there are different forces here and I can split them into components, right? Okay, so this force is split up into what? 1 cos 60, 1 cos 60 over here, and 1 sin 60 here, 1 sin 60. Why? Because every vector can be resolved into 2 components. The component close to theta is cos component. The component away from theta is sine component. So I can split this 1 Newton into 2 components. You know, the component closest, the component nearest, 1 cos 60, it is cos component. The other one is 1 sin 60, sine component. Similar way, other forces also can be resolved. Look at this. You know, I have this 2 Newton. I can split this into 2 components. This is what? 2 cos 30. The component close to 30 is 2. The component close to 30 is cos 30. The other component is what? The other component is 2 sin 30. 2 sin 30. Okay. So this two Newton forces split up into 2 components here. 2 cos 30 and 2 sin 30. And the last one, same thing can be done with 4 Newton as well. So what do we get here? This is 4 Newton which can be resolved into the component nearest 4 cos 30 and the component away is 4 sin 30. Okay. So having resolved all the vectors, I should balance the forces on x-axis. I need the force to be there on y-axis. So I want to consider the y-axis for the moment. I need the x components to be cancelled out because I want the force to be there on y-axis only. So what are the forces in y direction, x direction? To the right, force to the right. Force to the right is what? Force to the right is, you know, there are 2 components there. 2 sin 30, force to the right. 2 sin 30 is there. Then 1 cos 30 is there. Plus 1 cos 30. What do we get? 2 sin 30. 2 into sin 30 is 1 by 2. Plus 1 into cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So if I cut this and this, I get root 3 by 2. So force to the right is root 3 by 2. Oh, it is 1 cos 60. 1 cos 60, which is 1 by 2. 1 by 2. Okay, I made a mistake. Force to the right is 2 sin 30. One of the forces is 2 sin 30. The component here is 1 cos 60. So 1 cos 60 is 1 by 2. That would make it 1 by 2. So the answer here is 1 by 2. Now what is force to the left? Force to the left is, there is only one component of force to the left, which is 4 sin 30. 4 sin 30, that is 4 into sin 30 is 1 by 2. Then 2 and 4 are cut, this is 2. So 2 Newton. Force to the left is 2 Newton. Force to the right is half Newton. I want the forces in x direction to cancel out as per the question. So what additional force would be needed? This is 2 Newton. If 2 Newton is to be balanced, we need 2 Newton on the other side as well. It is only half Newton. So I need an additional force. So additional force required is 2 minus 1 by 2, that is 1.5 Newton. So look at that again. Force to the left. Force to the left is already 2 now. I need force to the right to be equal to 2. Then only they can cancel out. Why do we want them to cancel out? Because the question says that the force has to be there only on y-axis. I need the forces in x-axis to be cancelled out. So one of the forces is 2 Newton. I want the other force also to be 2 Newton. Then only they can cancel out. Okay, this is half Newton already. I need additional 1.5 Newton to cancel.